Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Dawgz YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Just give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. What we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we give you live free sports pick for those games starting, well, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time or later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers from Dawgz and Sports Chat Plus. Let's take a peek at who'll be on the show for today. We got James Clark, who's battling Shane Mickle in that NBA standings there, top of leaderboards. Ninos joins us. Jovan Burts with us. Alex Smart there in the center square. Chris Ruffolo will serve a co-host. Big Al McMordie with us. Shane Mickle and Damian Sosh will be here as well. Let's take a look at how it all lines up here. Smart, McMordie, Ninos, Burts, Mickle, Sosh, Ruffolo, Clark, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, a lot of chalk this morning.
Absolutely, it's just another one of those days where there's just a lot going on, and I kind of took a bit of a pass this afternoon, but that's all right. We're gonna have a lot of great action tonight as well.
Great action tonight. We've got good games here in the prime time hour. 8 games in the prime time from Major League Baseball. We've got NHL. We've got the NBA. We will get an NBA pick as well for you for this big game between Suns and the LA Clippers. Let's get the show started. Let's welcome Alex Smart. You'll find him over at Dawgz. Alex, how's it going?
Doing well, gentlemen. How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, let's take a look at this one here. 7 Eastern Time. Reds to host the Braves. The Reds favorite $1.31, total of 10.5.
Yeah, I'm taking the value here on this. This is closer to a flip than what this line would estimate. I'll tell you right off the bat, Atlanta, their pitching has gotten them through a lot of this season, and you have to remember in their last 8 games, this Atlanta pitching staff's knocked up 4 zeros on the board, and that's a pretty good pitching staff. And I know their offense isn't doing all that well over the last 5 games. They've batted under 200, but this is an odd team from a handicapping perspective. Anyway, when they go in these kind of slumps, it seems from nowhere they can find ways to win, and they've won 16 of their last 20, batting under 200 over a 5-game streak. So don't look at them as okay, hey, they can't score, because they're going to shut you. Odds are they're going to shut you down. And Cincinnati's very inconsistent offensively. Yes, they popped 10 runs on the board yesterday, but that's not something that's going to happen a lot. And I know they do score overall, but it just seems that they're explosive in bunches, and then they fall asleep at the proverbial wheel the rest of the time. So we're gonna take the value here with Atlanta on the money line.
All right, Alex, you're going with Atlanta Braves plus 118 against the Reds. And Jesse Chavez here, the starter, a familiar name here for the past.
Absolutely. I can tell you from his time in Toronto, Jesse Chavez, a name I made a pretty penny blindly fading just because I've seen this guy get hit harder than a lot of pitchers in the majors. But, Tony Santillan is still a relative unknown for the Reds. He's had a good first couple of starts, but he's also been hit hard as well. So I think this one's just a El Paso for me tonight. Just going to kind of sit back and watch this one.
Yeah, and one thing I always worry about the Reds at home is their bullpen has been smoked here, an ERA near 7 in that home ballpark. So those relievers, they're not liking going back home here where they've really struggled. Alex here on the Braves plus 118 against the Reds. Start time here 7 Eastern Time, MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Dawgz for him tonight. Well, as we said, good action from Major League Baseball, big hockey, big NBA game. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, we've got that Clippers game tonight, and are they going to be able to come back and make this a series? They're down 2-0. I've got a how do I say it? I've got a far out projection here that will sort of give people hints on what's going to happen in this series, from my point of view, anyway. So, join me tonight.
All right, get on board here with Alex Smart over at Dawgz. Big play from the NBA from Alex. Pick up that play tonight. Sharp money late steam side here from Suns Clippers. And of course, take those winnings from tonight and make that long-term purchase. 3, 7, and 30 L Sports Patch. You get every play that Alex releases over at Dawgz period. For that period of time, when you go to the profile page and you make that purchase. All right, Alex, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk again next week.
Okay, guys. Have a good weekend. Take care. Bye.
All right, Alex Smart here on the Drive-Thru. Let's continue on here. He's joined by Chris Ruffolo. Let's welcome your number 1 capper at Dawgz for 2021, Big Al McMordie. He's giving out a pick here from this big NBA game tonight as we got the Clippers and Suns going. Al, how you doing?
Doing well, although yesterday was a disappointment. I was 3-1, but the one loser was my favorite play of the year. That was on the Milwaukee Bucks. So I apologize to all who joined yesterday for that. It was a play I loved. It just didn't get there. So hopefully we'll bounce back and look at today's NBA game.
Absolutely. Let's bounce it back tonight here, 9 Eastern time on ESPN. The Clippers hosting the Suns. The Suns now favored here, -1, total 222.
Yeah, over my 30-plus years, as a professional handicapper, a lot of folks have known me to be a contrarian. So my pick on this game may surprise some people. I tried to find a reason to take the Los Angeles Clippers in this game. Of course, they're down 2-0, and usually I'm going to take a look at a team down 2-0. The problem for me here with the Clippers, aside from the obvious, they don't have their best player, Kawhi Leonard, is the fact that they're a home underdog, and usually the teams I want to take that are down 2-0 are favorites, and especially favorites of 3 or more. Those teams have done quite well over the years, cashing 63 out of 106. But when a team is down 0-2 and is not favored by 3 or more points, those teams are 77, 85, and 2 ATS. So they've burned money. So that's one reason why I don't want to take the Clippers here. Another is the fact that they come into this game off a 1-point loss at Phoenix. Now, a lot of people might look at that situation and think, oh, great, now they're at home. They're going to bounce back. If they could only lose by 1 point at Phoenix, they're going to play better at home and they're going to win. Not so fast. Teams off 1-point losses in the NBA playoffs, when they do it on the road and then come home, they're 15-25 and 1 push in the 41 games in that situation. And finally, you take a look at the red-hot Phoenix Suns. They've now won 9 games in a row. And again, a lot of people over the years have known me to go against red-hot teams that have been on long winning streaks. But in the playoffs, you really don't want to do that. And especially when a team in the NBA playoffs has won 8 or more games in a row, those teams actually do pretty well. They're 82, 59, and 3 ATS dating back to 1991, including 24 and 13 as a road favorite. I just don't have a reason to take the Clippers. So I'm going to take Phoenix. It's a shaky nod. It's not a strong play, but I'm going to take Phoenix -1.5.
All right, Big Al here is going to go ahead and take the Phoenix Suns -1 against the Clippers. I have a question for you out here with this Chris Paul situation. I guess the word is he didn't have COVID. He was just in quarantine here. But any concern with maybe in quarantine, maybe conditioning? You're not really doing much. You're just locked up for 11 days.
I don't think there's any, let me put it this way. In the NBA playoffs, teams with long layoffs, call it 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, and those teams haven't played at all, they're terrific against the spread. So for one player who might be out 11 days, that wouldn't concern me at all.
All right, Big Al here, Phoenix Suns -1 against the Clippers. All right, Chris, what say you?
Yeah, I think Chris Paul is going to have an impact depending on how much he plays, because you saw, guys like Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton talking to him on FaceTime, heading back through the tunnel after that Game 1 win. And that just tells you how close this team actually is. And, I think he's going to have an impact regardless if he plays 5 minutes or all 48. But I'm looking at the under here. I just think that, it may be the obvious play, but the first game was played at such a slow pace. I could see it being a replica of that in Game 2. And, it was a replica in Game 2. I think it'd be right here as well in Game 3. So I'm looking at the under 222.
All right, Chris looking at the under here. Big Al here, Phoenix Suns -1. One thing to note here, Chris Paul's even always clutch in the fourth quarter. So we get 3 quarters in on him, get that rhythm in. He's always coming in clutch here, fourth quarter player. All right, Al here, Suns -1 against the LA Clippers. And this one you could watch on ESPN at 9 Eastern time. All right, Big Al, what do you have going on over at Pick Dawgz, where you're sitting here #1 on for the year? I've just seen you now over 4,000 units of profit. I guess there's been some daytime action that's been updated here on the site. What do you have going on over at Pick Dawgz?
Yeah, I had the Oakland A's in the daytime to put me over that 40-game win mark. So Oakland that was our 4th baseball winner in a row. We were 3-0 yesterday in baseball, which still doesn't take away from the fact that I was 0-1 in the NBA. And today I've got 1 baseball play left. I've also got a hockey play, and the NBA play, in my opinion, we gave away here for free, which is just a minor opinion. It's not a big play. So 2 plays right now at Pick Dawgz Premium, and of course the best deal of all is to join for a 7 or 30-day package, and also to team me up with another one of the Pick Dawgz champion handicappers.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Over 4,000 units of profit now documented over at Pick Dawgz. They got the NHL Game of the Week going on, an ML Underdog Smash for you as well. But You take those winnings, and you can also go with that long-term pass. That 3, 7, and 30 All Sports Pass will get you every play that Al releases over at Pick Dawgz Premium for that period of time. When you make that purchase at the profile page, when you add a second capper, it's even a greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having you show. Continue with your success, and we'll talk next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right, now McMordie here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here, joined by Chris Ruffolo. Just a reminder, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started with the morning show. We got Mitch, we got Rod Sawacki, Brian Bittler, and don't forget those YouTube premium shows. You want to check the link below and sign up. Really good value there when you sign up for the member premium with the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel. Of course, we're here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with the drive-thru. And one thing we always ask you guys, help us out, help us build our audience with those thumbs up, those likes, Chris.
Absolutely, Tony. I always tell you guys, I don't think we can really tell you how much those thumbs up, those likes really help us out, even though we always mention it. Because, like we always say, it helps get the stuff like the drive-thru at the morning show, helps us get new eyes on stuff that we're doing. We're working hard behind the scenes to put these out for you guys, because without you guys, there is no Pick Dawgz. Without the family, there is no Pick Dawgz. So we're on our way to 50,000 subscriptions. We're only going to get closer to 1 million. But again, we couldn't do it without you guys. We appreciate all the love and support.
We absolutely do, guys. Keep those those thumbs ups coming in. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We're going to give Chris a little break right now, and we're going to go ahead and go on to Skype. We're going to welcome Al Ninos. Al, how's it going?
Going good. How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go. And Major League Baseball for tonight. Marlins, the host of Blue Jays, 7 Eastern Time, MLB Extra News Channel. We got the Blue Jays road favorites, $1.19, total 7.5.
We're doing the Nationals at the Marlins, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, the Nationals going with Joe Ross in this one against Cody Poteet and the Marlins. They're coming off a 13-12 win against the Phillies. Their offense looked really good. They've been pretty good lately beyond that game. Obviously, they haven't been scoring 13 runs every game, but they have been putting up some runs nonetheless. And I expect them to have another good game here against Poteet. He started off his season pretty strong. He's had 3 good outings to start his season, then followed them up by 3 pretty bad ones, and I don't think he makes up for it tonight. Ross, on the other hand, he's coming off a horrible start. He's had some great outings mixed with some not so good ones. I do think he improves on his last outing tonight, but I do think he could still give up a couple runs here to help us go over this total. And I'm taking this game to go over.
All right, El Nino says go over here with this Nationals and Miami Marlins. Yeah, that was a little concern I have, is really the Marlins' lack of hitting and the fact that Ross, more good outings than bad ones. But when Ross is bad, he's really bad. That's another thing. That's why you see the numbers up.
Yeah, no, the Marlins' offense really quiet lately. They scored just a total of 2 runs in their actually make that 3 runs in their last 4 games total. So, 2 runs in their last 3, and then they had scored 11 and 10 their 2 games before that. So I'm not expecting them to go out and score 10 runs, that's for sure. But I do think they could get a couple off Ross here.
You think they'll get a couple off Ross here?
And I don't think we're gonna need much help from the Marlins to get over this number.
Oh, so you're looking for the Nationals. You're doing the heavy lifting here off against the Marlins bullpen, and of course Poteet, who's really, when you look at his numbers, he doesn't go very deep into games.
No,
6 starts. He's lucky to go about less than 5 innings a start. So you're going to get a lot of bullpen here from the Marlins. And we look at the L's play here: Nationals, Marlins over 8.5 with a start time of 7 Eastern Time on MLB Extra News Channel. All right, now let us know what you have going on over at Pick Dawgz Premium, where you're sitting really well here. We saw you there on the top of leaderboards here. I think it was the past 30 days you're doing well, but also in baseball, over 1,000 units of profit right now in MLB. That is all documented. We got 8 games in prime time, a big NBA and NHL game. What do you have going on over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
I do have a 5-pack with my 3 best MLB players of the night, my best NBA, and my best NHL player of the night. But I do have a couple extra MLB picks if you're on the longer-term pass as well. Really love this MLB card tonight. Off to a good starter in the early games, and looking to keep it going throughout the night.
All right, guys, get on board here with El Ninos at Pick Dawgz Premium. You see the numbers here. We'll put them up again for you guys in baseball. Over 1,000 units of profit. Got a good baseball board today. 8 games in the primetime hour, so get on board with El Ninos. And there, and of course, we've got that 2-for-1 capper promotion. And that's for the long-term passes. You get a 3, 7, and 30 All Sports Pass. when you add a second capper to El Ninos, you'll get even greater value there with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. Every play the capper is released for that period of time, when you go over to the profile page and you make that purchase. All right, Al, as always, thanks for joining us here on the show. Have yourself a great night. Looks like we'll be talking next week.
All right, so you're set for tomorrow? I'm just kidding.
We are usually pretty set for you'll be ready if needed. I know you're ready reserve, so you're ready. We'll call you, but Fridays always looks like we don't have issues for fill-ins. But if you're ready, we'll call you. All right, I will email it.
All right, I'll see you Monday then.
We'll see you Monday. El Ninos here on the drive-thru. All right, Chris Ruffolo is back. He's back from his break. He's ready to go. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. And we're going to look at more Major League Baseball here. And we've got Jovan Burts joining us here on the show today. He's, let's see if we can wire in Jovan right now. Making his debut as a fill-in. Jovan, how's it going?
Yeah, man. You know me, always on call for you, man. You know,
appreciate it.
But it's smooth.
Absolutely. That's all going smooth. All right, here we go tonight, 7 Eastern time. The Rays, the host, the Red Sox here. The Rays laying $1.11, total of 9.
Yeah, so I'm on the Red Sox in this one. Now, with the Red Sox, they gave up one, gave on the Rays a win after the 7-game slide. But today, I think they bounced back pretty nicely with Nick Pivetta on the mound. Now, he's been serviceable. Nothing to write home about. But what the Red Sox do with him on the mound is they give him good run support. They have a 10-4 record with him on the mound, and he should bounce back. He should bounce back after having a Well, actually, he had a decent performance last game, but the game before that he gave it up. And with the Rays batting 189 in their last 5 games, he should be able to coast with against these guys. And with Michael Walker on the other side towing the mound. He's just been a dumpster fire. He like last month he's going in the opener's role, and in the last 3 games he's had a 7.56 ERA, and that's not going to do it against this Boston Red Sox club who swings a heavy bat. And they should really touch him up. And if they don't touch him up, they could touch up this Tampa Bay Rays bullpen, who has been pretty bad in the last 10 games. So all signs are pointing in the direction of the Boston Red Sox to get the job done tonight.
All right, Jovan here with the Boston Red Sox plus 100 against the Tampa Bay Rays. All right, Chris, what say you here? As it's Pivetta here going against Michael Walker, who's sometimes opener, sometimes starter.
Yeah, I mean, we said it last week. I call Walker Pac-Man because all he does is eat the ball and watch it disappear because it's going over the fence. But you look at Nick Pivetta, he's had a bumpy road, but you got to look at the Red Sox. They have been a lot better on the road, and they've been one of the best road teams this season in the majors, maybe the best road team. I don't have the standings in front of me, but definitely I got to look at the Red Sox even in this spot, especially against Michael Walker.
All right, he's looking here at the agreement here on the Red Sox. By the way, Red Sox 31-19 facing right-handed pitching. So, and of course, 11 games over 500 on the road. Agreement there. Red Sox plus 100 against Tampa Bay. And this one gets started 7 Eastern time on MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pig Dog Premium tonight. Well, we got a good board for Major League Baseball. A bet on 8. We got that big NBA game. We got that NHL as well. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, so I already had one play go off the board. I had the under in the Oakland Athletics game that hit, but also I got 3 more plays. So I got my Turn Up Thursday 3-pack, 2 Major League Baseball plays, and 1 play on the NBA game with the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Clippers. That's going to be a hitter looking to sweep the board. You can also get that value with my 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day, or match me up with one of the other cappers for the 2-for-1 cappers. It's all there at Pick Dawgz, the sports shot place.
All right, that's right, guys. Get on board here with Jovan Burts over at Pig Dawgz Premium. Tonight's big play from the NBA. He's got going on over there. The Turn Up Thursday 3-pack. Pick that up. Take those winnings and make the upgrade to the long-term pass. You can get his 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day all-sports pass over there at Pig Dawgz Premium. He also has a 1-year pass as well. Even great value as we get into football season, college football season. If that's within your budget, about $1,200 will get you every play from Jovan Burts for the entire year. Remember, that's in the NFL, college football, the NBA season, college basketball beginning. It will tip off sometime in November. So that 1 year pass as well is available from Jovan Burts over at Pick Dawgz. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. Thanks for filling in for us tonight. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Win tonight and see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. Win tonight. See you tomorrow. Jovan Burts here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on here with Chris Ruffolo. Reminder, guys, keep those those thumbs up coming in. It helps us build up our audience. We greatly appreciate that when you do that. And if you missed any of our picks, we're going to do a full recap at the end of the show. I believe James Clark will sit on that recap with us. All right, let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. We're now going to welcome, the number one handicapper in the NBA this season. Boy, he has made the strong performance here in the NBA playoffs. And I'm talking about Shane Mickle. You'll find him at Pick Dawgz Premium. Shane, how's it going? And of course, Shane, we lost your volume there. I don't know, you got the mute. You muted out. Like that, so we see lips moving, but no sound coming from Shane Mickle. But I'll tell you what, Shane, this happens once in a while. Why don't you sign off, sign back in? We'll go on to the next capper. We'll go to Damian Sosh, and we'll bring it back after we do Sosh here. So go ahead and sign off, sign back in, and let's go ahead and welcome the show right now. We'll bring in Damian Sosh, where we'll find him over at Pick Dawgz. Let me go ahead and wire him up right now. Damian, how's it going?
Hey guys, doing good.
Oh, doing great. All right, we got sound. All right, here we go from Damian. 7 Eastern time, we got the Tigers to host this red-hot Astros team. Man, they've just been tearing the cover off the baseball. 7 Eastern time, we got the Astros, 2:30 on the road. Total sits 9.5.
Yeah, the Astros are on a roll. The Tigers actually have won 3 in a row themselves, and while they don't have the greatest offense in the world, they've scored 19 runs over those 3 games. They're going to be facing Luis Garcia of the Astros. Garcia's having a good season. 5-3, 2.80 ERA. But on the road, his ERA is over 4, and he's averaging less than 5 innings pitched on the road. He's a guy, I think the Tigers are capable of getting some runs off of him. The Astros, meanwhile, you mentioned it, Tony, they're the hottest team in the league. They've won 10 in a row. They have the best offense in the league. They're hitting 278 as a team. On the road, they're even better. They're hitting 287 on the road, where they're averaging 6 runs per game. They're going to be facing Jose Urena, the Tigers. And you know what? They're not even going to need to hear the banging of the trash cans in the dugout to hit Urena, because he's been just terrible. 5.79 ERA in the season. Lately, he's been getting hit really hard. His last 3 outings, he's only totaled 11 innings pitched in those last 3 outings, and he's given up 18 earned runs. You know, the way the Astros are swinging the bats, Urena's stats aren't going to get any better. This game, I think we're going to see a lot of runs scored, and I like the over in this baseball game.
All right, we got Damian Sosh here going over the total here between the over the total in this one in this contest. All right, Chris, what say you here on this matchup between the Tigers and Astros?
Yeah, I like the over in this one as well. You know, we talked about the Astros absolutely crushing the baseball right now, and Jose Urena looking like the pitcher that struggled through his years in Miami, and he's just giving up crooked numbers left and right. And like Damian said, Luis Garcia, a great pitcher for the Astros, but has struggled on the road. And you have to figure that even the Tigers can scratch a couple runs across in this game. So, yeah, I'm looking at the over in this one as well.
Yeah, looking for the over. I know Urena had a really tough start. They were even talking about, moving him to the bullpen, but it just doesn't seem to be getting here, working for him now. As we're looking here with Damian Sosh's play over 9.5. It's the Tigers Astros at 7 Eastern time, MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Damian, let's take a look over at Pick Dawgz tonight. Well, we got some games going on here on the board. We'll just get Damian's play up here. 8 baseball games tonight in prime time. That big NBA and hockey game. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, you got a little something for everybody. Now you got to play in the NBA basketball game, play in the NHL, and one play in Major League Baseball. You can get all those plays together in my Winter Circles Pass that's for sale, or they're all for sale individually over there at the website. So hop on board, check me out. Looking to bounce back after a rough one there in the NBA yesterday. I really like the Bucks. It didn't hit, but we're going to bounce back today and hop on board.
That's right, guys. Hop on board with Damian Sosh over at Pick Dawgz. Right now, his Winter Circle Pass, a really good value, $40. You crush your book with his 10-star winners. We have something for everyone here. One play, best play from the NBA, NHL, and MLB for today. That's $40 when you go to Pick Dawgz Premium and you check out the profile page, and you'll see Damian Sosh. Look for that 10-star Winner Circle Pass. Great value there. Take those winnings and make the upgrade tomorrow with that $3, $7, and $30 sports pass over at Pick Dawgz Premium. All right, Damian, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and hopefully we can catch up with you again next week.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
All right, buddy. Damian Sosh here on the drive through. Let's continue. Let's effort our way here to get Shane Mickle back on the show. We did lose his signal, his audio. Let's see if he's back. Shane, what's happening?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Mr. Number One NBA. All right, Mr. Number One NBA. We're looking at MLB. Well, there isn't a whole lot to pick from the NBA right now, but we got the Twins here hosting the Indians, a team near and dear to you. Twins laying $1.84, total of 9. And just as we got his signal, we may have just lost it. We may have just lost Shane Mickle's signal again. We got him in the old frozen state.
Stone-faced.
Stone-faced. He's Mr. Stone-faced here. And, of course, we'll see if we can sign on again. Maybe we can Chris send him over a text, and we'll have to skip over him again. So we're going to go over to Mr. Chris Ruffolo. You're up next. So we're going to get to your game here, and hopefully we can get Shane Mickle signed on and get the internet signal a little stronger there. And let's take a look at Chris's game for tonight as we'll go back to the let's get back here to the two-shot. We'll see if we get in touch with Shane in a little bit. Let's take a look at your game tonight, Chris. We got the Cardinals and the Pirates, 8:15 Eastern Time on MLB Extra News Channel. We've got the Cardinals laying $1.53, total of 9.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have to wait to text Shane. But, you look at this game tonight. You have the Pirates and the Cardinals, two of the bottom 5 teams in the MLB. In terms of runs per game, you've got St. Louis at 3.93 runs per game, and Pittsburgh in dead last at 3.53. So why am I taking the over? Well, it's simple. You got Chad Kuhl starting for the Pittsburgh Pirates here. Pittsburgh, they just play in high-scoring games with Kuhl on the mound. Whether that's Kuhl's fault or not, 7-1 to the over in his 8 starts this year. But on the other side, you look at Carlos Martinez. And Carlos Martinez a few years ago, back in maybe I'd say 2017, was a pitcher that I backed regularly, especially when we were getting low prices on him, because he seemed to be, that. But, he had a nice stretch earlier this season, but now he has regressed horribly back to the pitcher that struggled through last season. You look at his last 4 starts, 0-4, allowing, 25 earned runs in 14.2 innings of work. That is just atrocious. And you look at 5-2 to the over in his last 7 starts. The Cardinals are. I've got to think that we see double digits in this game. Even for 2 low-scoring offenses, this pitching matchup just screams over. I could see both of these pitchers chased very early, and I could see us getting to double digits by the middle innings.
All right, Chris, looking at Pirates and Cardinals over the total of 9. If you're concerned about Pittsburgh, well, Pittsburgh here, looking at the past 7 games, they're averaging just over 4 runs a game. So if you get that from maybe I get a little more here, because none of these, probably the pitchers that they face has not been as gas canny as this Carlos Martinez.
No, exactly, and that's why you're kind of, I think, getting a little bit of value here at 9, because the Pirates 2.96 runs per game on the road, and but that just has been a microcosm of what Pittsburgh's year has been. They haven't been playing as bad lately, but again, it's just been the pitching that's let them down. You still got Tyler Anderson, who many consider to be the ace of that staff, and he's a 3-7 pitcher with an ERA just under 4. So it's just been a dumpster fire for the Pirates rotation. And Tony, like you said, this Carlos Martinez is the definition, the epitome of a Christmas tree that's standing on the mound, because he has been lit up way more than he should be in his last 4 starts. It's been absolutely terrible to watch. For a pitcher that I thought very highly of, I still think very highly of him, but again, just not what he was a few years ago, ace-type status.
No, not at all. And when you look here at the Pittsburgh here, their bullpen, an ERA over 5 on the road, so it hasn't been too sharp there. And the division against division teams, the division's hitting this Pirates team, averaging over 5.5 runs a game, so they got the book on this Pirates team. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at tonight's action from Pick Dawgz Premium. Here, as I think so, we did get. Looks like Shane did sign in, so maybe we'll get to him right after you. We'll see if that signal improves here. All right, let's take a look over at Pick Dawgz Premium tonight, Chris, where we got 8 games from Major League Baseball, the big hockey and big NBA game. What do you have going on over the site?
Well, tonight it's my 3-sport Thursday 5-pack. Got 3 MLB plays that I absolutely love. These are some of my best plays, I think, of the entire week, entire month even. So you might want to check those out, because you got a premium on the NHL play tonight, as well as from the NBA. I got the winning side in both of those games. Got that over for $34.95. Like we always say, those long-term passes, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, even in the year. That's going to make the plays pennies per pick. You can't go wrong with the value there if you have that option's available to you, as well as the season passes for MLB, and with a 2-for-1 capper deal. Pair me up with anybody. Shane, James, these guys have been jostling for first in the NBA. Get the host duo with me and Tony T, me and the original Puck Dogs combo with me and Rod Zawacki. The combinations and the possibilities for you guys are endless, and I'll tell you what, we look at the thumbs up. There's about 250 people watching right now. We got about 70. I got a lofty goal for you guys tonight, but that's how much I'm confident in this. If you guys can get to 225 likes by the end of the show, I've seen it done before. I've seen the likes get climbed up pretty fast. I'll give you guys the NHL premium pick for tonight for absolutely just the likes. It won't cost you anything, but definitely go check those out over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Regardless, I can promise you won't regret it.
All right, guys, get those likes, those thumbs up to 225, that free premium pick from the NHL from Chris Ruffolo. But get on board with Chris over at Pick Dawgz Premium. He's got his plays up there for tonight. And, of course, with those winnings, make that long-term pass. We have that 2-for-1 cap promotion, the best value there. Pick any 2 cappers and get a reduced rate there when you do that as well. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru, joined by Chris. We're going to make an effort again to bring in Shane Mickle, and I hope he got my message that he was on. Sometimes when we miss him, we go ahead, they sign off, but let's see if we got him back here. Shane is Shine back. Shane, how's it going?
Good. Sorry, my computer decided I want to do an update right when I'm on the show, so that was convenient. So we got the phone. So hopefully this doesn't kick me off this time.
I know the feeling, my man. I know that feeling. It's the worst. It's the worst. All right, here we go tonight. Twins to host the Indians at 8 Eastern time, MLB Extra News Channel. Twins $1.84, total of 9.
Yeah. I've got a premium pick on the side in this game. But the total could have made a premium pick. I just don't want to have 2 picks on this game. JC Mejia gets a start for the Indians. He was good in his role as a innings guy of the bullpen. But he's really struggled as a starter. His last start he was awful, giving up 7 runs. And Jose Barrios really, he's been better. He's still a pitcher that struggled. And I'm not making any accusations about Barrios, but I'm very interested to see if it's spin with the new rules. I think that could be a problem for him too. I like both offenses to have success in this game, and I think the over hits with ease.
All right, we got Shane here going with the over in this one between the Twins and the Cleveland Indians. All right, Chris, what say you? Barrios' numbers, he's not, he's giving up runs this year. Usually you'd see those zeros, those ones on his column, but he's giving up some runs.
Absolutely. I think Shane's computer must have had the under here. They didn't want him giving out the pick, but you look at the over here. I'm on board because you know what, you're right, Tony. Barrios has given up a few runs, but as disappointing as we've said this Minnesota lineup has been, especially with the results in the win-loss column, they've still got some powerful bats in that lineup. Still got Nelson Cruz, still got Miguel Sano, Max Kepler. These are guys that can hit and put runs on the board in a hurry. And like we said with the Detroit game earlier, I'm sure the Cleveland Indians, as good as Barrios is, probably scrape a couple runs across as well, maybe even 3 or 4 runs. I think that'll be more than enough to get us over this total.
All right, agreement here on over total here, Twins and Indians. And, of course, the start time here, 8 Eastern time, MLB Extra News Channel. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dawgz Premium, where you are number 1 document in the NBA, nearly 2,500 units of profit. We got that big game tonight, Suns and Clippers Game 3. There's NHL. There's 8 games on the board for Major League Baseball. What do you have going on over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
Yeah, I've continued to win in the NBA since the last drive-through, 3-1. I got 2 NBA picks again. Along with MLB 3-pack, 2 of those MLB plays. For 2 MLB plays, both those NBA plays, and the NHL total, $34.95. I'm still running that deal on that NBA season, less of the season pass, $179.95. Hop on that package. I don't plan on stopping the winning anytime here, and let's finish the NBA season strong.
Finish the NBA season strong. Take a look at this Shane Mickle right now, 56-26 here, run here from the NBA. He's got his best 2 plays going tonight. Why not go ahead and pick up that rest of NBA season? For $179.95 right now at Pick Dawgz. When we go over to Shane Mickle's profile page, scroll down to where it says rest of NBA season. You'll get every play through the finals here for $179.95 over at Pick Dawgz Premium. So check them out. Pick up that package. All right, Shane, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll talk again next week. All right. Have yourself a great night. Shane Mickle here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here with our coverage. And on the heels of our man Shane Mickle is James Clark. So let's go ahead and wire in James Clark right now. You'll find him over there at Pick Dawgz Room, where he's had fantastic work in the NBA as well as Major League Baseball. James, what's going on?
I'm pretty good, Tony. How y'all guys?
I'm doing great, All right, here we go. 7 Eastern time. It's the Blue Jays hosting the Orioles at 7 Eastern time. Blue Jays $1.91, total 10.5.
Guys, you look at this matchup. I'm going dead against both of these pitchers, man. You got Kramer and Kay on the mound. Kramer for the Orioles and Kay for the Blue Jays. As you've seen in the Houston game, when the Orioles last series when they played the Houston, the Orioles, even with Houston, they put 3 or 4 runs on the board. Well, tonight with these two teams, double-digit runs, I think is going to be pretty easy if we don't get there halfway through this. It will surprise me. I just don't really like just these two pitchers. They just, everybody that's faced them has beat them. I think both of them's got right at 6 and maybe 7 ERA right now. And I know the Orioles, 5 of their last 6 games has went over. So this whole game screams over. It's one game that I really love is the over in this game right here.
All right, we got James here on the over 10.5 here. I mean, this, Chris, what happens when your pitchers don't go very deep in the game, your bullpen gets worked. And this bullpen for the Orioles have been worked. And I think at last check, I think their past 10 games in the ERA just over 9.
Yeah, it hasn't been good. And, we not argue, but we were discussing before the show whether it was pronounced Creamer or Kramer. Well, I'll tell you, what did I say last time we covered his start? Cream rises to the top and Kramer sinks to the bottom. It's not been good for Kramer in this lineup. And Anthony Kay was supposed to be one of the prize prospects of that Marcus Stroman trade, and he just hasn't been that yet. So I like the over here, especially at Salem Field, where we saw last year with the Blue Jays, they were putting up totals that you saw like in those London games where they were putting up 17, 18 runs in a game because of the smaller field. And I think we have another game close to that tonight.
Yeah, one thing note I always make here with the Orioles team, whenever they're facing left-handed pitching, look over because they do a better job of hitting left-handed starters. So that's one thing going here when you're playing the overs with the Orioles. Their lineup does hit lefties pretty well, and that helps get that total over. And I agree with their agreement here with Orioles Blue Jays over total of 10.5 runs. And of course, this one with the start time 7 Eastern time, MLB Extra News Channel. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dawgz. Remember where you're doing fantastic work in the NBA as well as other sports as well. We talk a lot about the NBA, but your MLB past 90 days. We look at the numbers past 30 days, past 7 days. Really good work. Nearly over 2,300 units of profit, 2,372 to be exact. We've got 8 games from baseball. We got that big NBA game, Suns, Clippers, the NHL. What do you have going on over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
I got a 5-pack going on. One the NBA game and 4 MLB games that I really love, guys. I also got the NBA game single. It's my NBA overdraft your bank winner. I really like this game tonight, guys. If you want to go and grab that one pick for $29.99 or $30, I think it's $30. I got it going over there, just that one pick that I really love. Or after we go 5-0, if you want to get the 5-pack, to upgrade the 3, 7, or the 30-day, or team me up with any of these guys on the show here, guys. As you see, like I say it every time I get on here, we have the best cappers in the world, and we do, and we prove it day in and day out. And you can take me up any of them. My buddy Trey Jordan, Chris, Rod, Big Al, Little Al, Tony, any of these guys. Even Shane. We both NBA. You may get 2 different picks. I may have the play. He may have the over. Just team us up, guys, and we'll put money in your pocket.
Yeah, we'll get money in your pocket. No doubt here from James Clark over at Pick Dawgz Premium. You see the numbers here, 2,372 units of profit in the NBA. That's all documented. Number 2 this year in the NBA this season, I should say. Get on board with us plays tonight. And of course, the NBA Cash Machine Playoff Pass here from James Clark. $195 will get you every play from the NBA playoffs here from James Clark until a champion is crowned in the NBA. So great value there when you go over to Pick Dawgz Premium and make that purchase for the NBA Playoff Machine Pass from James Clark. So check it out right over there at Pick Dawgz Premium. All right, James, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. Looks like we may be talking next week with you, but have yourself a great night. And we'll talk a little later when we do the recap.
All right, Tony. I appreciate you having me on the show, buddy, and good luck tonight, fellas.
Good luck to you tonight as well. All right, we'll continue on here on the drive-thru. Guys, keep those likes, those thumbs up coming up, because when we get to 225, we'll get Chris Ruffolo's premium pick on the hockey game tonight between Vegas and Minnesota. It's not covered on the show, but it's in your hands. You get us to 225 likes, we'll get you Chris's premium pick, so get those thumbs up, those likes coming on. And also, if you miss any of the picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's time for yours truly here with my play for tonight. And let's go ahead and pull it up right now. Here as we'll take a look at this Dodgers and Cubs game. And everybody's been over on the show. I'm gonna be the one square for the day. I'm gonna be looking at the under in this game between the Dodgers and the Cubs. Dodgers laying 240, total 8.5, 10 Eastern time. MLB Extra Innings channel. As I said earlier, I'm gonna go under the total here of 8.5 runs. You know, this Walker Buehler, I mean, this guy pitches well. I mean, ERA 2.38, whip of just 0.94. I know Zach Davies takes the hill, but, you know, he has allowed, I'm looking at the positive here. He has allowed one earned run or fewer in 7 of his past 10 starts. Now, the Cubs, we know they just can't hit. They're hitting 156 over their past 10 games. Their bullpen ERA is pretty good here, 2.72 ERA, but more importantly, the whip, 0.99. And the Dodgers really hitting only 229 with a bullpen ERA of 3.69, in that same period of time here. So, Chris, I'm going to look at the Cubs and Dodgers under 8.5. Let's get 7 strong here from Buehler. And, of course, we know the Cubs just really not hitting.
No, they're not. I'm trying to pull something up quickly just to go to your point about Zach Davies because, you know, he's been a pitcher that I've faded a fair bit since he was, you know, left Milwaukee, went to San Diego, and now ended up with the Cubs. But he's actually done pretty well at Dodger Stadium in his career. Just forgive me for 1 sec. I just had it with my computer. So I had to freeze my computer to pull the Shane Mickle. Here we go. So in his career, 4 starts at Dodger Stadium, 2.29 ERA. So he performs well in this ballpark. And you know what? Walker Buehler, what more? He's 3 straight unbeaten starts. He's just been electric. And it's scary when you think that his best years are still to come, I think. So I'm with you on the under in this one. I think this could be a game where we're probably coasting to the under by the end of the game.
All right, here, agreement here. Cubs, Dodgers, under 8.5. And, of course, this one will have a start time of 10 Eastern time, MLB Extra Innings channel. Guys, I have a 3-pack right now over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Get on board with that. I got the NBA game mixed in with a couple from Major League Baseball. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 capper promotion. You can match me up with another capper, even greater savings there when you do that. Match me up with Chris. We can match me up with Ratsawaki. James Clark, who's tearing up. Shane Mickle is doing well. Big Al. 2-for-1 capper promotion is your best value right now over at Pick Dawgz Premium. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Now it's time for the show recap. And remember, if we get to 225 likes, we will get you the premium play from Chris in the Vegas and Minnesota game. So let's get to 225 thumbs up, and we'll add at the end of the recap. We'll get Chris's pick on the Vegas and Minnesota game. All right, let's take a look here at the recap. Yes.
So just to give you a heads up, Vegas a couple rounds ago. Vegas Montreal tonight.
Vegas Montreal, you got it. Vegas Montreal. Thank you very much for that. So I haven't made one NHL pick this year. You know why? All right, here we go. We'll start here with Alex Smart. He was on the Braves plus 118 against the Reds. Al McMordie, Suns -1 against the Clippers. Al Ninos, Nationals, Marlins over 8.5. Jovan, Red Sox plus 100 against the Rays. Shane Mickle, Twins, Indians over 9. Damian, Tigers, Astros over 9.5. Chris was on Pirates, Cardinals over 9. James, your Orioles, Blue Jays over 10.5. Yours truly, here's your under. Cubs, Dodgers under for your under, guys. We get you one in, under 8.5. All right, and we are still 11 likes away from the premium play from the Vegas and Montreal game here from tonight's big NHL game. So we get to 225, we'll get you that premium pick, but we'll start here with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
So I'll tell you, if it was Vegas and Minnesota, it's almost like I could predict every game and the final score what was going to happen. I can tell you, like Mitch always says, 100% of the games I got to pick yesterday. But I'm going to be with you on this one with the Cubs and Dodgers. Like I said, I think this one coasts to the under. Bueller's been fantastic, and Davies has a history of solid starts at Dodger Stadium.
All right, and we'll go over to James Clark. James, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Guys, go hit that like button. Get this over 225 or at 225. I want to see this hockey pick myself. I like Joanne's pick here. The Boston Red Sox, man. They're loaded from top to bottom at bats. Even though they got rid of some of their sluggers here, they're still loaded hitting and getting plus money with them. I really like that pick.
All right, that's James, our agreement here with Jovan, Red Sox +1 against Rays. I'm going to go here with James Clark. This Orioles, Blue Jays over 10.5. Look at how many double-digit runs this Orioles pitching staff has given up here of late. And their bullpen has been trash here the last 10 games, the area over 9. And, of course, I look for the Blue Jays here. In that ballpark, there'll be a lot of runs scored. All right, let's take a look here at the likes. Well, we got over 225. So here's the payoff, Chris. Give us the premium pick right now from Vegas and Montreal.
I can tell you, I like this play so much. It's one of my favorite plays on the board. This might be one of my favorite NHL plays this season. A couple of you guys, if you watched the drive-through a couple days ago, remember I said take Montreal and take them to win the series as well, because you're not going to get much of a price on it. Because tonight, I think Montreal closes the deal. You look at what Montreal has done. Like I said, the two lines, like the Philip Deneau line and their other top line with Tyler Toffoli, rendered Vegas' top 6 forwards useless. They have 1 goal, 11 points in 5 games. That is not going to cut it. And again, 7 of the 11 goals from Vegas in the series come from defensemen. That's not a sustainable offense, and we saw why that was not sustainable in a 4-1 loss in Game 5. Now the series shifts back to Montreal, where 20. I don't know if they still have a limit on but when they were only letting 2,500 fans in the stands, that was sounding like 25,000, because those Montreal are rowdy. And trust me, that's coming from a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. We hate Montreal, but there's no denying how well the Montreal Canadiens are playing right now. Now you look at the other side of the coin. Pete DeBoer, the Vegas head coach, has been fantastic, unbeaten in Game 7s in his career. If you're Montreal, you don't want to go back to a rowdy Vegas where the fans are going to be absolutely nuts. I could tell you, Tony Brown was at a Game 7. He said it was insane. You don't want to be there, Game 7, with everything in your line against a coach in Pete DeBoer who is unbeaten in Game 7s. I think Montreal knows that. I think they closed the deal tonight with a strong performance. I think Carey Price stands on his head tonight. We're getting plus money with the Habs, the home dog. Guys, they've been doing it all postseason. Why not one more time? Let's take Montreal on the money line in this one.
All right, Chris, here, Montreal on the money line. You're going to get plus money here with the Canadians, 8 Eastern time. USA Network will televise. All right, we deliver for our promise here for you guys. We got that premium play here from Chris on that Vegas-Montreal game. All right, that'll do it for tonight's show, guys. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll have a full book again, 8 cappers on the show, giving out live free sports picks for the prime time games. And, of course, don't forget, it all gets started 10:30 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. You got Mitch, you got Rod Zawacki, Brian Biller, and of course, don't forget about those YouTube member shows, those premium shows right below there, that link. Click that link, get on board. Let's bring in the crew from tonight's show. Give off a wave. Good night. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow live.